Dr. Vaidyanathan.
Sir.
Good afternoon, Ravi Shankar here. Good afternoon.
Welcome, welcome, sir.
Welcome everyone.
Good afternoon, Ashok Kumar sir.
Namaskar. How are you, sir?
Fine, thank you. Nice to see you.
After a long time.
Yeah. We are missing now because otherwise we used to meet in Hyderabad. Yeah.
It sir has joined. Sir, namaskar.
Can you hear me?
Sir.
Right? Yeah.
Namaskar ji.
नमस्कार
Tripathi sahab, namaskar. DDG sahab. Ravi Shankar here. CAFT Cochin.
नमस्कार जी, नमस्कार, गुड आफ्टरनून।
Good afternoon, Singh sahab. कैसे हैं?
बस बढ़िया है। गुड आफ्टरनून डीडी साहब, गुड आफ्टरनून। डॉक्टर वैद्यनाथन, गुड आफ्टरनून।
Good afternoon. Welcome to this our meeting.
गुड आफ्टरनून।
Sir, DG sir, with your permission, can we start, sir? Sir, am I audible, sir?
Yes, you are audible.
Sir, Honorable DG, sir.
Start the Dr. Tripathi, you can start.
Honorable DG, sir.
हाँ सर, एक मिनट सर अभी। अरे डॉक्टर वैद्यनाथन।
Sir.
डॉक्टर वैद्यनाथन।
Yes, sir. Can we start, sir?
आप शुरू करते हैं।
Yes, sir. With your permission, just going to start the program, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Very good afternoon and hearty welcome to all the participants from across the country. Honorable Secretary DARE and Director General ICAR, DDG Animal Science, ADG.
Sir.
अभी सभी ज्वाइन कर लीजिए अभी।
Yes, sir.
Sir, is it audible, sir? Shall we start, sir?
सब ज्वाइन कर लीजिए, DG सब ज्वाइन कर लीजिए। आ गए किसी को शुरू करिए। डॉक्टर वैद्यनाथन शुरू करिए।
सर। Yes.
DG सब ज्वाइन कर लीजिए। आ गए।
Very good. Yes, sir. We are starting, sir.
Yes, sir. So very good afternoon and hearty welcome to all the participants. Honorable Secretary DARE and Director General ICAR, DDG Animal Science, ADG ANP, ADG IPTM, directors of different ICR institutions from across the country, all the experts and entrepreneurs who have joined for this program from different parts of the country. As the whole country is immersed in the patriotic fervor after celebration of the 74th Independence Day, ICR National Research Center on Meat Hyderabad is proud to launch two important facilities, poultry processing plant and rendering-cum-Pet food plant. So these facilities will contribute for undertaking research, training, extension, revenue generation, awareness creation, and technology transfer initiatives of the center. In view of the pandemic, this program is being organized in a virtual mode. I request all the participants to join using the Zoom link. In case anyone is facing problem in getting through Zoom, they can watch through the YouTube link also, which was shared earlier. Now, before the welcome address, we'll start the program by playing ICR song. I request all participants to mute. ICAR song.
जय जय कृषि परिषद भारत की, सुखद प्रतीक हरित भारत की। कृषि धन पशुधन मानव जीवन, दुग्ध मत्स्य फल यंत्र सुवर्धन। वैज्ञानिक विधि नव तकनीकी, पारिस्थितिकी का संरक्षण। शस्त्र श्यामला छवि भारत की, जय जय कृषि परिषद भारत की। हिम प्रदेश से सागर तट तक, मरुधरती से पूर्वोत्तर तक। हर पथ पर है मित्र कृषक की, शिक्षा शोध प्रसार सकल तक। आशा स्वावलंबित भारत की, जय जय कृषि परिषद भारत की। जय जय कृषि परिषद भारत की।
Now I request Director Dr. Vaidyanathan sir to deliver formal welcome address.
Sir, good afternoon, sir, for all the dignitaries. I have the pleasure of inviting all the dignitaries to the inaugural function.
Vinu,
Our Honorable Secretary, Day and the Director General of ICAR, Dr. Trilochan Mahapatra ji. Welcome, sir. And Honorable GD Animal Science, Dr. P.N. Tripathi, sir. Welcome, sir, for this meeting. Honorable ADG A&P, Dr. Amrish Ghai ji, sir. And we have Honorable ADG IPTM, Dr. Sanjeev Saxena, sir. And we have Dr. Ashok Kumar, Honorable ADG Health. And we have Honorable ADG, Dr. Saxena, sir. And with our presence, we have the directors of ICR institutes. I can see here in the gallery, the director, Dr. Ravi Shankar, CIFT, Dr. Chatterjee Saab from DPR, and Dr. Patil Saab from Sirkar, and Dr. VP Singh from Nishad, and Director, there are many directors are there, sir. I'm not able to see the names. We welcome all the directors, sir, and we also welcome our the chairman of QRT, the chairman of our RAC, the chairman of RAC, Dr. A.T. Saab, and Dr. Suresh, sir, the chairman QRT, sir, and we have other distinguished senior scientists, principal scientists from all the ICR institutes, and we also have our former directors, Dr. Kundaya, sir, and Dr. Kulkarni, sir, and also we have Dr. P.R.K. Muthi, sir, and also we have other the dignitaries or the scientists involved in the meat sector, and we welcome all the directors of ICR institutes as well as the local, our ICR directors, and also we have the director from NIAB, Dr. Majumdar sir. Welcome, sir, to this meeting. And also we have all the scientists and the professors from different universities, institutions, and also the engineers from the CPWD who have helped in constructing our building, and our scientists and staff of NRCR Meet. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, and we welcome for this inaugural function. The hygienic meat production and efficient utilization of animal byproducts are the core requirements of organized meat industry. Poultry meat is the most consumed meat in India, and it constitutes 50% of the total meat produced in the country. Although the poultry sector is getting organized, hygienic meat production and retailing are an area of concern, both from the public health and environmental hygienic point of view. Poultry processing plant, we have established a new one, and that is having the capacity of 200 birds per hour, and today it is being inaugurated, and it aims to promote hygienic meat production and to promote entrepreneurship in this meat sector. It has all the facilities required for hygienic meat production. In addition, we are also inaugurating animal byproducts rendering unit, as well as there also we are having the pet food processing line. The rendering unit is the process that converts the byproducts from the meat and the livestock industry into usable materials. At present, most of the inedible byproducts from the poultry are disposed unhygienically, causing environmental issues, are sold at a very low price. Rendering unit, we have the capacity of 100 kg per batch, and this we are going to inaugurate today, and which helps in processing these byproducts into meal, which can be used for pet food production, animal feed manufacturing, and also as fertilizer, depending upon the raw materials used. Another facility, that is the pet food processing plant, will help in producing pet food using the byproducts meal produced from the rendering unit, and it will help in profitable utilization of the byproducts in addition to providing nutritious food to pet animals. We thank ICR for providing funding for the poultry processing plant under the National Agriculture Innovation Fund, that is through the ABA Agribusiness Incubator Project. We are having one unit, and the rendering and pet food processing unit, that is through the institutional funding. For this virtual inauguration, we are highly indebted and pleased to have with us Honorable DG Secretary, the DARE, and the DG ICR, Dr. Trilochan Mohapatra, as chief guest. He has been a constant source of inspiration for us to undertake the stakeholder-oriented research. And today I want to thank him personally. Now today we have, the institute is full. We have got the revised scientific cadre, that is from 15 to 19, and today all the scientists have joined. So thank you very much for your continuous encouragement to this institute, and we are thanking you for this encouragement, continuous encouragement, sir. I also welcome, so for this formal function, Honorable DDG sir, our Dr. B.N. Tripathi sir, is continuously monitoring, and whenever we send our request, he personally touches it, and then he guides us how to do it. So thank you very much for joining this program. And we have with us Honorable ADG sir, Dr. Amrish Tyagi. He is also in regular touch with us institute, and he is providing constant help and encouragement. And we have with us Dr. Sanjeev Saxena, Honorable ADG, IPTM. They have very kindly provided the funding for establishing this poultry processing line. Actually, this is one of the important facility which will be useful for the entrepreneurship training in the poultry sector. We don't have any such facility in the private sector for the small and medium entrepreneurs. So this will go a long way. So thank you, sir. And we have with us Honorable Chairman of the RAC, Dr. Sarika sir, and we have the Honorable Chairman for QRT, Dr. Suresh sir, and we have the honorable members of the IMC and the directors of ICR institutes, and the scientists and professors of different institutions and the institute, engineers from CPWD, entrepreneurs, scientists, and staff of this center. And we also welcome all other highly distinguished dignitaries for this inaugural function of two very important facilities, that is poultry processing plant and the Rendering-cum-Pet food processing plant. Poultry processing plant will help in undertaking research and demonstrating the hygienic process for meat production. While the meat and the edible offal will be packaged and marketed, the inedible products produced during the process will be subjected to rendering for the production of the meat and bone meal. And using this meal, pet production will also be used. And this facility will be used for production of meat and profitable utilization of the poultry byproducts. So this is a small brief, sir, and but we have a very big heart to welcome all the dignitaries for this inaugural function. So welcome once again for this inaugural function of our two important facilities. With these two important facilities and the NRC meet will be complete in all respects, starting from the production to the end product. So thank you very much. Thank you, one and all. Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot, sir. Now I request Dr. Amrish Tyagi, Assistant Director General, Animal Nutrition and Physiology, to deliver his address. Dr. Tyagi, sir. Are we audible, sir? Amrish Tyagi, sir.
Sir, Doctor, sir. Doctor, sir.
He has to unmute. He has to unmute. अरे बात करो ना उनसे. Dr. Tyagi, unmute yourself. You are not audible. Dr. Tyagi, you are supposed to talk. Are you not listening?
Dr. Tyagi, sir.
फोन पर बात करिए.
Sir, so if not audible, can we go to Dr. Saxena, sir?
सक्सेना साहब है क्या? सक्सेना साहब भी नहीं है.
Sir.
As there appears to be some technical issues, we request Dr. Sanjeev Saxena, ADG IPTM, to deliver his address. After that, we'll come back to
संजीव सक्सेना भी तो नहीं है.
Dr. Saxena, sir.
Dr. Saxena name is not there. I think it's not in the participant list.
मैं उनको काम दिया हूँ, अभी काम में लगे हैं. He will be back after some time. अभी भेजना है कहीं तो.
DDG सर से रिक्वेस्ट करेंगे सर.
आप त्यागी साहब कुछ बोल रहे हैं, सुन लो उनको.
So Tyagi is not able to connect, huh?
Dr. Tyagi, sir, please.
Tyagi से बात नहीं हो पा रही क्या?
सर बात हो रही है, उनको बताया है इंटरकॉम पे कि उनका आवाज नहीं आ रहा है. ही इज ट्राइंग टू.
चलिए डीडी बताइए बस आगे चलिए.
सर he will be speaking from here, sir, from my chamber, sir, please.
ठीक है यहाँ पे. I'm sorry, my computer was not working, sir. Well.
Okay.
Am I audible now, sir?
Yes.
My most respected and most Secretary dear and Director General ICR, Dr. Mahapatra ji. I'm sorry, sir. I was in down from that these have always think progress for the ICR, and he is very positive, and he is working always for the system and for the ICR. He gives his best to implement the policy and vision of the government, especially of our Prime Minister. Respected DDG sir, I appreciate your efforts and ideas, especially during the lockdown, and we could interact all the scientists and their directors of an institute on virtual meeting, so we could understand the research and activity of the respective institutes. I welcome Dr. Sanjeev Saxena, who is not here. I welcome all the directors of the respective institutes and my colleagues from the headquarters, Dr. Ashok, Dr. Vijay Saxena, and others. And so I congratulate Dr. Vaidyanathan, Director, NRC Meet, who is my good friend also. I congratulate his team also on the occasion of the inauguration of the poultry processing plant, which is the essential requirement of the time, because meat production is almost double from the last decades, especially the poultry. This is the time we should provide the technology to produce high quality meat to compete with others country. And here I want to say that we should popularize our technology, our product, or you can say we should vocal for the local and or for our product, as our respective Prime Minister always called. So this new plant can be a part of this requirement. Once again, I congratulate to the team of NRC Meet, and thank you very much to give me opportunity. I'm sorry, my computer was not working well. I'm again sorry. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. As told by you, we'll put all the facilities for its best use for the entrepreneurs and stakeholders. Now I request Deputy Director General Animal Science, Dr. Tripathi sir, to deliver his address.
Thank you, I think Dr. Chris Patil. Most Honorable Secretary there and Director General of ICR, Dr. T. Mahapatraji, the head of the family, the great scientist administrator, the lead in the country from the front, and my esteemed colleague from headquarters, which is ADGs, Dr. Amrish Tyagi, Dr. Ashok Kumar, Dr. Vijay Saxena, Dr. Sanjeev Saxena is not here, and the ADG Dr. Mohanty, and my several director colleagues from Animal Science Institute, Dr. CWRI, Director Mesa, Dr. VP Singh, Dr. Chitanji, and Dr. Visankar from CIFT. And I'm also seeing Dr. Subir Majumdar from NIB Hyderabad, Professor Suresh Mapagol, Chairman QRT and former ESC, Government of India, Dr. Korneya, former Director, NRC Meet, Dr. Kulkari, former Director, NRC Meet, Dr. Sheridan, and Dr. Kurkare from Director Research from MAPSU, and all scientists and staff, and also seeing some scientists from IGRI also, Dr. Mehdi Rattan, head division of LPT. So I welcome especially our Honorable DG Sir Secretary there for having given us time and to be with us. And all ICR scientist fraternity always looks towards him for guidance, for advice. And that is why we normally say that we have to come for such like occasions where many directors, ADGs, and scientists are there to listen to and get guidance, directly or indirectly. Friends, I was looking at, I have not been to an RC meet any time. After lockdown, I was not able to visit any institute except DPR. But I was looking at their achievement, their scientific achievement, a very handful number of scientists, 15, 16 scientists. NRC meet has been doing wonderfully well.
hitting out the basic and fundamental research to its implementation of technology to the farmers, the development of entrepreneurship through their API, that is all very splendid. There are a number of technologies, especially this meat-to-seed differentiation, using the proteomics and genomic technology. And there are also the quality meat production and having several technology, not only for meat differentiation, but also working on AMR also, genetic approaches that has come out of the meat. And there will be also biomarkers for the development of this certain test we can differentiate. Also work on fresh meat, why the color of meat. And then also see that change the occurs. Fortunately, occurs as a result of different kind of slaughter methods also. And then meat and meat products, value-added products, and fortified meat products. And today, they're going to add another two very important infrastructure, the poultry processing plant, and also rendering plant and pet food plant. So it is all over 1.10 crores worth. As I'm going to add this facility, which will not help the meat industry, especially will help to developing entrepreneurs. Today morning itself, we are discussing about a workshop organized by ICR, IPM division, and Director Dan. There we are discussing about agri-business incubators, how agri-business incubators is helping the develop entrepreneurship and the enterprise and startups. And this is going to help a great lot for the meat industry. Meat industry is not a small industry, friends. As I told that the majority of meat, more than 50% are produced by poultry, and about 23-24% produced by buffalo. While sheep, it is hardly 7%, and goat 13%. Sheep and goat meat is light, especially goat meat. It's very costly. And then, of course, buffalo meat is one of the largest meat producers this country is, and having export business of more than 46,000 crore. So meat itself is having been glad to the people being vegetarian in this country, even the meat industry is flourishing like anything. So any technology that is coming out of this institute will really help our farmers, our entrepreneurs, the small, especially larger farmers will go a long way in the development of the industry in this country. NRC meat is also FSSI nationally accredited laboratory, and they are having so many organizations to whom they have been working with. APIDA they have been working with. There are also there are many other organizations like export, processing industry, FSSI, and then Ministry of Statistics and Farm Implementation, and then Ministry of Environment Government of India. They're working with many other societies to prevention of rural poverty, sheep and goat development. So they are having a very, very wide activities related not only to basic and research, but also collaborating with different industries also, and being a center of focus. Right? So this is one of the bigger institutions, therefore they are called as. Having been only about 21-year-old institute, and reaching to this stage is marvelous. So I congratulate directors and staff and all previous directors who have been able to develop this institute to this level. And there are also some of the scientists are excellent there, working on genetic bacteria and on AMR also, and publishing beautiful papers. Almost more than 60% of papers they are published in international journal. There are 4 patents of copyright, trademark, So being having been such a small number of scientists, that was wonderful. I congratulate that these two infrastructure which are being added today, inaugurated by our DD sir, to further furtherance in the cause which it has been invested. So with this, once again, I welcome all of you on behalf of Universal Science Division, and also and also thank each and every one of you for having participated in this inaugural function of two infrastructure plant. That was really, I tell you, I was looking at some of the data of rendering plants. Very important as far as the environment is concerned, and it is normally sold at very low price. But once you process it properly, the plant, then it can be a good product. It can also lead to a lot of earning to the people, to the farmers, to the industry. So therefore, all these will certainly add a value to the meat market also. So with this, I thank you all of you and welcome once again. So I stop here. Thank you very much.
Activities of the NRC meet will definitely encourage all the scientists to work more. Now I request permission of the chief guest.
Yes, go ahead, please.
For inauguration, digital inauguration of the poultry processing plants.
Please go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
Dr. Nathan, you please go ahead. Be a selected one. तो दिखाओ तो सामने
Sir, we are sharing, sir. Yes.
ठीक है शेयर करो
डेंगू की तेज हर रोज रात 9 बजे टाटा स्काई आराधना के सुर टाटा स्काई आराधना की 2 घंटे देंगे अपने मोबाइल नंबर
Namaskar, sir. With your permission, I am going to inaugurate.
Yeah. Please go ahead. Why, Tito?
Continue, Tito.
Okay, congratulations. Good. All 3 heroes look fantastic. Whosoever is doing, can you not stop it?
Sir, with your permission, we are going to inaugurate the animal bioproducts rendering unit and the pet food processing line.
Go ahead, bhai. Go ahead.
अभी इसमें पता नहीं है क्या बटन लगाओ.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
तो नाथन हो गया बोलिए.
Sir, we are just now playing 5-minute video. It will give the details of the facilities. Please play the video. Brief details of the facilities will be given, sir.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
ICAR, National Research Center on Meat, Hyderabad is a premier institution under the Indian Council of Agricultural Research, New Delhi, which is working with the mission to develop modern organized meat sector through meat production, processing and utilization technologies to serve the cause of meat animal producers, processors and consumers. As part of this mission, the center is inaugurating two important facilities, poultry processing plant and rendering-cum-pet food plant. This is in tune with the continuous efforts of the center to strengthen its infrastructural facilities to match the changing research needs and increasing demands from the new meat systems. Meat processing and validation small processing and also facility facility
क्या हो रहा है?
इंटरनेट कनेक्शन सही मिलता है.
Nathan, it's over. Nathan is also cut off.
ऐसा लगता है कैसा टूट गया सर.
क्या कर रहा है?
इंटरनेट प्रॉब्लम है सर वहाँ पे. डॉक्टर वैद्यनाथन.
हाँ.
contact, अरे अमृत साहब से contact करो भाई, उसको बता दो कि वो कंसर्न है उसका वेट कर रहा हूँ.
Can you contact through telephone, Dr. Tripathi?
Yes, sir. Now we request our Director General, Secretary Trade and ICR, Inauguration Mahapatra sir, to deliver his chief guest address.
हाँ डॉक्टर साहब कनेक्ट करिए जल्दी डीजी सर इज वेटिंग प्लीज.
आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही है. You are not audible. Rajnath sir, you are not audible.
Sir, you are audible. Kindly go ahead.
Sir, it's audible, sir. Sir, we request Honorable Sir to deliver the speech.
Okay.
Sir, we request kindly deliver your speech, sir. Kindly deliver, sir. It's audible, sir.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, sir. We are audible. Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, Dr. Tripathi, Deputy Director General Animal Science. Dr. Saxena has joined. Dr. Saxena. Dr. Saxena, Dr. Tyagi. I think other ADG of the Animal Science Division. Dr. Ashok Kumar, Dr. Saxena. And also I see Dr. Hunapagal. Nice to see you, sir. Nice meeting you. You are the chairperson. And as I am told, the RAC chairperson is also there. And my other ADG colleagues, Dr. Mahanti from Fishery Science is there. And director of the institute, a number of them are there. I feel Animal Science Institute's Dr. VP Singh is also there. Dr. Chatterjee also there. Good. So you have invited at least some people. Dr. Ravi Shankar is also, I see there. And Women Institute is also here. Oh, good. So nice to see. Avikanagar is also here. So nice to see all of you. So it would have been a big event. So your colleagues are connected or they are not? Because I find only 30 people connected. So Dr. Vaidyanathan, your colleagues are not connected today?
They are in the hall. They are in the hall.
So they're seeing in the hall itself. Okay. So let me take this opportunity to congratulate Dr. Vaidyanathan and his colleagues for this facility which has been established, the processing and also rendering facility, which was very much needed. And now, so we have this in place. Rendering-cum-Pet food plant. So I think both are there, poultry processing and rendering facilities which were required for the institute. It's all in place. And I'm sure this additional facility would help the institute in addressing some of the key issues in the meat sector. As you all know that India is doing wonderfully well in terms of total meat sector, if you see, and particularly the buffalo meat that we export. That is almost 3.5 lakh tons of, if I am correct, you can correct me if it is wrong. And we earn almost about how much? 574. No, this is what poultry meat. So this is poultry meat. Buffalo meat we are exporting about whatever we are exporting. So let me not go into those details. So our meat export is quite encouraging. What you are presenting? Are you presenting something? Hello? What is that being presented? So I have a screen before me. I do not know what is being presented. So whatever it is. So what I was trying to say is our poultry export is very little. And in meat sector, we are exporting more of buffalo meat and less of poultry meat. Obviously, that's expected. But in terms of production, I think, major share goes to poultry meat, close to maybe 35–36%, and followed by buffalo meat. And if you see the other sectors contributing to this meat production, you see goat and pig and then sheep following in that order in terms of contribution to the total meat production in the country. These five together producing almost 93–94% of our meat, and out of these we are exporting and getting quite a bit of return out of it. But that's not really the complete story that what we are actually doing. The story is that whatever we are able to export in case of buffalo meat, maybe, yes, I get the figure now, about 11.5 lakh tons of buffalo meat we are exporting, around that in 1920. So that's what we have exported and earned about 22,668 crore rupees. So that's the buffalo meat export. So 11.5 lakh tons export in 1920 and earning 22,668 crore rupees out of this export. And the poultry meat I was talking about, 3.5 lakh tons of export and about 574 crore worth of return out of this export. So the point is that we are exporting both buffalo meat and poultry meat. Though in the meat sector production, maximum production, that contribution comes from poultry, but export is not that much because of our local consumption is huge. When I say so, I have few things in my mind that the egg and broiler sector, Dr. Chatterjee is here, he can correct me, is growing very fast. 8 to 10% growth, that's what I have been told, this particular sector. And the way the verticals have been developed in this particular sector is highly praiseworthy. The involvement of private sector and capitalization of the strength of the human resource that we have, trained human resource, and facilities that we have. So egg production and poultry meat production, we have capitalized on that strength, and then we have really done an excellent job in this particular sector, which is growing at the rate of 8 to 10%. That's a remarkable growth. The agriculture sector grows, the crop sector grows around, 3%. And in contrast, the milk production growing at about 6% or so. And fish sector maybe, 6 to 7% around that. And this sector growing at 8 to 10%. That's something which is remarkable. And this sector can be a very important contributor to the agricultural economy of this country. How do we actually make this country more export oriented? Agriculture contributing to more of export than what we are doing at this point in time. How can we really do this? Certainly, the production has to grow so that the indigenous requirements are met. For instance, in case of pigs, piggery sector, we are not able to produce enough to meet the requirements. We are importing. So in case of poultry sector, though we are exporting, and the cost has come down very significantly as compared to the other, meat sectors like goat, the mutton sector. So we are able to really produce at cheap rate. Not only our growth is high, also we are able to produce poultry meat at a cheaper rate as compared to other meats. So I was talking about enhancing our export, and there is plenty of scope and opportunity for us to export. Where we are exporting and how we can capitalize on that and expand that base. I think Dr. Vaidyanathan and DDG sir, we need to really do a very in-depth analysis of this. Not only the poultry, but also the other sectors, even buffalo meat. And if we are exporting to Vietnam, that's what I see. And what about other countries in case of buffalo meat? And in case of poultry meat, somewhere in Gulf countries or somewhere, we are exporting, and you can, Dr. Chatterjee would know better. So how do we really improve upon that? So this is one, in terms of expanding our consumer base in the global market. A study of that is very, very essential. What all would be required to do that? And why I say so? Because if you want to have a 5 trillion economy mark and agriculture sector export, which is around 32 billion US dollar at this point in time, we should double it, and doubling is not easy. And going to 1 trillion agricultural US dollar contribution from agriculture sector would require rejuvenation and strengthening of all these sectors. And this is one sector which has tremendous strength and opportunity to capitalize on. So Dr. Tripathi, I think this need to be really analyzed very critically, and in the process to be strengthened. What is required to be done and how we can place a blueprint, and the Animal Husbandry Department would have already developed a blueprint for this, enhancing export. But if we can have expert discussion on this and then build a kind of expert document, opinions and evidence-based recommendations. So I think that would be very, very effective, that how to capitalize on export, expand export base in terms of the consumer base in the global market, and address the imports by way of substitution, and we can do that in case of pig sector also. So this a comprehensive, kind of science-based, data-based, analysis and recommendation should come out. And if we cannot do, we can give that to NAS to do that, or we can ourselves invite experts and do this. Not only this, our export in case of fishery also, we can have a separate discussion on that. I'm not going to into those details, but animal science sector and can do this. And we have also, I am told, more than 3,500, this processing plant, which are there, where where the meat is being processed, and in the process, which is being slaughtered there and processed and then exported. How good are these slaughterhouses? How good is our processing plants, and what kind of standard we maintain, and what are those requirements of export that we meet, or even any consumer quality conscious consumer requirements, what extent we are able to meet. I think this needs a thorough analysis. Today we are inaugurating a poultry processing plant. Poultry processing plant is nothing new actually. Poultry is being processed, is being exported. So what is new in this? What is novel in this? We will be providing training to all those people who intend to start a business in terms of processing, poultry processing in particular. And we also want to provide them what all measures to be taken so that it is correctly dressed, right kind of packaging happens, and the proper testing is done, and a set of tests, and we provide a SOP that this is what is to be done to have proper poultry meat production in these processing plants. So by way of training in these processing plants, we should be able to produce the right kind of human resource and also build entrepreneurship in the process so that the correct entrepreneurs, right kind of entrepreneurs are there to produce meat, poultry meat, which would be exportable, of export quality. Can we really do this? And this should be our target. I believe that is our target and that's our objective. And Dr. Tripathi, that we should be actually critically looking at this, not having a processing plant. There are many in the private sector processing plants are there, they're doing already. So our objective should be fulfilled by way of this processing plant that we have put in place. And poultry meat is important, as I said, we are exporting. And unless we are able to maintain that standard, we will not be really able to support the export and give a push to the export, which is much required. Even in this country, the consumers are not conscious whether the poultry is diseased, the bird is diseased, whether it has taken plenty of huge dose of antibiotics, whether the poultry has been contaminated with bacteria, or it has other issues. So I think there are plenty of those issues which we have to really address. It's not just having a processing plant. So processing must say what are the methods and processes and how best we can train people. Of course, that's important. But along with that, I think this is also equally important. And I strongly believe our Poultry Institute and the Meat Institute together, if they join hands, they can put in place all that which is required in terms of quality assurance. I can tell you, if we can brand our meat Nothing like that. Branding as per global standard of production, packaging, processing. If we can do that and then brand it accordingly, certainly we can explore more and more export markets. We can also expand the consumer base in this country. Given the COVID, in fact, much before COVID, there was already a fear. And during COVID, this fear was further accentuated. That if you eat certain such things, and there will be, this kind of coronavirus and other viruses coming in. And in case of, poultry, already we know that the virus already impacting, and then we know how in the past it has been impacted, and thousands of poultry birds to be destroyed. So given all these fears, and given that the virus can get transmitted from meat to human, and these need to be really, addressed. How do we really address this? Hello. I'll get back after 10 minutes. So how do you really address this? So this, not having just a poultry processing unit, but this processing and entrepreneurship and building this brand, they will succeed if you can alleviate these fears, allay these fears that poultry meat is safe. It would not transmit the coronavirus or other viruses which are, responsible for other syndromes. So this need to be really done, adequately, so that we are able to, the quality conscious consumers are made conscious and educated, informed, and so that we are able to have a flourishing meat market, poultry meat market. So this is, to be, further strengthened. Whatever you are doing, Director Poultry and Director Meat together, you should discuss this. And Dr. Tripathi, you should facilitate this, and how best we can address this. Hopefully they will be doing that. And similarly, while I was making the presentation before Honorable Prime Minister, discussion was on the local chicken breeds. Director of Poultry has, developed, Government Directorate of Poultry Research has developed several, backyard poultry, types, varieties, whether it is Grand Priya and so on and so forth, Van Raja, and it has dual purpose. It's a meat and there's egg and so on and so forth. So we have this, but the local ones, and we have a large number of those local ones. And how do we really promote them? Can we really create brands out of them? And what was suggested to us was have a proper quality analysis. So branding would require appropriate quality analysis. It's not just processing meat and then exporting. It's not as that simple. Can we have a high-class paper published in high-impact journal on the quality of poultry meat of the local birds, local varieties, versus the new varieties which have been developed using exotics and by crossing among our local breeds? Where these local breeds stand? Can we create brands, and can we create export markets for them? So I think this is what is actually, we have been suggested this by Honorable Prime Minister. And quickly, Dr. Tripathi and our Poultry Institute and our Meat Institute, they should be able to really give this. If we have some high-class publications, kindly provide me that. And if not, quickly do a proper systematic scientific study into the quality of this. It's not just how the meat looks or overall antioxidants and this and fatty acid profile and some of the gross analysis, but going a bit deeper inside what it contains. So I think, if we do that, we can give a further boost to this particular sector. Capacity building must, be happening, continue to be happening. And, side by side, we have to really address all this. Similarly, I think, accreditation of our labs is very, very important. Dr. Ravi Shankar is there. I think they have a wonderful accredited, NABL accredited lab. And, I think our lab, meat lab is already accredited. I think it's already,
Yes,
it's already accredited.
yes.
And since it's already accredited lab, and creating that kind of SOP and consciousness in the processing, and then adding value to what is happening would be more and more important as we go along. I believe the Meat Institute would be able to do that along with the Poultry Institute. And you have also brought out one rendering facility, and this facility, particularly the pet food plant. I do not know whether the waste would be utilized for pet food production in the process. You have put together the rendering-cum-pet food plant. Whether animal waste would be utilized for producing pet foods, whether that is the objective. You didn't say that very clearly, but if as I understand, probably that's the objective. And certainly waste utilization, Honorable Prime Minister has been emphasizing on this particular point, that we should be able to utilize as much waste as possible. Dr. Ravi Shankar has, some of these in case of fish waste utilization to produce, a number of products. And Dr. Ravi Shankar, we should have an industry meet to promote your products further. And that is what was suggested. And, quickly we have to have this particular meet. It's not just that you have license to 2, 3, 5 companies, but in fact having companies, and going to global markets. And having a huge export of those products which we have actually generated from seaweeds, from fish waste, and so on and so forth. And in this particular case, not just confining to producing pet feed based on the animal waste, but also producing a lot of other compounds out of it. Can we really do this? Fatty acids or whatever, skin, and you have many other wastes which are coming out. And what is that we can do out of this waste? Novel compounds getting isolated out of it. Can we really do something about it? And those novel compounds, first of all, identification of those compounds would require quite a bit of research. And I'm sure my colleagues sitting there in Meat Institute should be able to really do this. So this particular facility again should be able to address the capacity building requirements in the country and building more human resource and demonstrating how the animal waste after processing of poultry meat, even other meat, how after processing you can actually utilize the waste for purpose of pet feed and also for the purpose of other purposes. Used in pharmaceutical industry or elsewhere. So once we are able to demonstrate this, I'm sure we should be able to satisfy the requirements of the country, promote export more and more, and meet the requirements of quality conscious consumers in the country, and have a broadened consumer base. And at the same time, allay the fears of the consumers which are arising, because of the current scenario. And I can tell you that the environment in which the poultry is reared under controlled condition by the industry in the natural conditions and in the backyard poultry situations, pre-foraging situations, I think you need to really have a proper study of the quality of the meat there. And I have been emphasizing on this. If Kadaknath is having more protein, perfectly all right. In addition to protein, what else? Low-fat milk, that's what I am told. Black meat, maybe more of antioxidants or just coloring substance being there. And what else? So those in-depth studies have not been there, so I'm sure you should be able to do that. And what feed consumption would influence this quality? What a lot of work has been already done, Dr. Chatterjee. And what kind of feed would be most appropriate for this kind of quality meat and processed meat, which can be exported, which can be branded, and so that we have a huge global market and nobody else can compete with us. And all the kind of value chain requirements in the quality meat production should be really worked out very well. And we should be able to promote this branded local meats, local breed meats, in the international market in years to come. With this hope that these two institutes will work together and bring out that very clearly, that should be our target in next 5 years. So it's already taken more time than what is required. But what I emphasized often, in the context of not just putting the button on and then the two facilities are inaugurated, so that is a small objective of ours today. The bigger objective is that going beyond just having a processing plant or rendering facility, but building brands, promoting local breeds, and expanding our export base and making quality conscious consumers adequately informed and educated, so that we are able to really address the needs and address the fears and address the problems which are there in this particular sector. And overall, analyzing the demand supply in the meat, global level, and then promoting those sector-wise very systematically. So that is what is actually required. And then preparing this human resource is quite important. So without repeating all those, so I emphasize and re-emphasize what I said to Dr. Tripathi. So kindly look into it and be proactive, Dr. Tripathi sir. Be proactive, and then you have about 21 institutions with you. It is a huge force, and you can daily basis talk to them, and then have faster progress in areas where we need big push. So with these words, I once again thank Dr. Hunapagal. He has been here. He knows the sector very well. And talk to him. He is your quality, your QRT chairperson. And who is the RAC chair? Is here today?
Dr. Sherika. Dr. Sherika.
Dr.
Sherika.
Sherika.
Yes.
So he is not here today?
He could not join, sir.
Could not join. So anyway, it doesn't matter. So this is what, you interact with your QRT chairman. He has joined today. So you can, after this meeting, interact and get his advice. And Dr. Tripathi, you can also interact. And then see, where are the gaps? Always we say, oh, we have done this. Oh, this and we have done this. Oh, we are doing this. We are doing. So still we have a lot of things to do. And what is that which is to be required? So this is what actually we have to really do very critically. So every time you talk to institute, oh, sir, we have done this or we are doing this. So how long you will take? 1 month, 1 year, 5 years? How long you will take to finish that up? And Vaidyanathan, I talked to him, during last time, and this lab-grown meat, and we collaborated with CCMB or whatever. So we'll be doing a small thing. So why we can't really do a big thing and plan big and for lab-grown meats? And can we really do that? Yeah, what quality we get from lab-grown meat? It tastes the same, or we require mature tissues to be built out of this mass of cells from callus, and for that you require muscles to make it tasty, or fat deposition has to happen there. What is that is actually important in the natural meat and the lab-grown meat, and so that it's not just eating anything that you wish in the form of lab-grown meat. So, and then disease-free meat, and unless we are able to certify that, you can't just promote your export. And FMD is a serious concern. That's the reason why export may be impacted in years to come. So anyway, so without taking it further, there could be many other points to talk about. So this is in brief, and whatever you gave me in the form of write-up to speak, I have gone beyond that. So I don't know. You might feel if you feel that they're useful, so just have a deliberation and then take some notes, and then take some decisions and build some action points so that we do something worthwhile. And not just inaugurating 2 small facilities and then get satisfied that you have these facilities with us. So anyway, I congratulate you for all both the facilities, and ICR has been supporting, but at the same time, you should build these facilities for building the human resource and training people and creating more of entrepreneurs. Thank you very much. Wish you all the very best, Dr. Tripathi. Thank you very much for inviting me.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
And thanks, experts, Dr. Honapagal particularly, for being here, and other experts, and my DDG colleagues, director colleagues. Thanks to all of you for being here.
Thanks a lot, sir. Thanks for the thought-provoking speech. We have noted the points. As suggested by you, we'll undertake collaborative research on the developing strategies for expanding the export base, and to undertake the branding, and to study the quality of the meat from all aspects, whether it is antibiotic, feeding, impact of the breed, how the breed will affect how to promote local breeds, demand supply studies, and all the issues we'll take care, and we will do it in a time-bound manner, sir. Thank you so much. Now I request Dr. M. Muthukumar, Senior Scientist, to deliver vote of thanks.
Before giving out to Dr. Muthukumar to express the vote of thanks, so from the director's chair, sir, we are highly indebted, and we are very much grateful to you, sir, for your encouragement and advice to take up the new initiatives like lab-grown meat. Definitely we'll be taking in the next plan in a very larger way, and definitely regarding creating the manpower, the skilled manpower. So definitely we will be looking into it, and we will do it, sir. And we will be taking the necessary guidance from the Honorable DDG Animal Science, sir, and also we assure you that we will be collaborating with the Directorate of Poultry Research in the meat research, sir. So thank you very much, sir. Once again, I thank from the NRCM and on behalf of staff of NRCM, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Thanks to all of you.
Very good afternoon to all. Honorable Secretary DARE and Director General ICR, respected Deputy Director General Animal Sciences, Assistant Director General IPTM, Assistant Director General Animal Nutrition and Physiology, Director NRCM, former directors of NRCM, directors, scientists and staff of various ICR institutes, chairman and members of QRT, RAC and IMC, CPWD engineers, most valued invited guests, entrepreneurs, ladies and gentlemen. I have the pleasant duty to propose vote of thanks on one of the milestone events in the history of National Research Center on Meat, Hyderabad. On behalf of the ICR NRC on Meat and the entire fraternity here together, express sincere gratitude to our Honorable Secretary DARE and DG ICR for inaugurating poultry processing plant and Rendering-cum-Pet food plant, and sharing with us his noble thoughts and words of wisdom today. Sir, a big thank you from all of us for gracing one of the historic events in NRCM Meet, and we blessed to take your dreams to the newer heights in the coming years. Sir, definitely this facility will be used for capacity building in the area of green and clean meat production and also food safety management system. We also use for several researchable issues in this area, including decontamination, water and energy auditing, and also formulating the SOPs. Thank you very much, sir. We are indeed privileged to have with us our beloved Deputy Director General, ICR New Delhi, as a guest of honor for inaugurating this ceremony. I must mention your deep sense of gratitude to our DDG sir for being here to grace this occasion and providing continuous encouragement and guidance for betterment of this young and vibrant institute. Thank you very much, sir. It's our pleasure to welcome and thank Dr. Saxena, Assistant Director General, IPTM. We are most grateful to you, sir, for supporting us in the mission of developing viable and vibrant entrepreneurship in meat processing sector by providing financial support to establish and strengthen our incubation facilities through NEIF scheme. We assure you to handhold and nurture several startups in the coming year. Thank you very much, sir. We would like to express our sincere and profound thanks to Dr. Amrish Tyagi, Assistant Director General, Animal Nutrition and Physiology, and Principal Scientist Dr. Vinit Bashin, Dr. Rajan Gupta, Dr. Jyoti Mistry at Animal Science Division of ICR for being great supporter of NRC Meat at Council. We also take pleasure in thanking Dr. Ashok Kumar, ADG Animal Health, for extending all his guidance and support as in charge of ADG Animal Nutrition and Physiology. Thank you very much, sir. I also wish to express my gratitude to Director Works ICR for his timely approval and suggestions during the execution of civil work. I am also very grateful to engineers from CPWD for excellent planning and execution of this work of these plans. I thank all directors, scientists, and staff of the ICR Institute gracing these institutes, this occasion. My deep gratitudes and thanks to all former directors, Dr. Murthy sir, Dr. Kondaya sir, Dr. Kulkarni sir, and retired scientists and staff from NRC Meet who have graced the occasion. I also thankful to Dr. Suresh Varnaphol, our QRT chairman, and Professor A.T. Sarikar, chairman RAC, and other members for gracing this occasion. We would like to take the opportunity to place on record our hearty thanks to Director NRCM for his able guidance and benevolent support throughout the establishment of this facility. The establishment of infrastructure facility of this dimension cannot happen overnight. The wheels started rolling since several months. We have been fortunate enough to have backed by a team of very motivated and dedicated scientists, technicals, administrative, account, and supportive staff, and contractual workers of this institute. I cannot thank everyone enough for their involvement they have shown and the willingness they have expressed to take on the completion of this task beyond their comfort zone. Thank you, one and all. Once again, we are most grateful to Honorable Director General and Secretary DARE, Deputy Director General, Assistant Director General, and all the dignitaries and guests for gracing this memorable moment. We thank you for being with us and been a great pleasure. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you. Thanks to all of you.
Before going for national anthem, we apologize for whatever the technical glitches happened during the course of the program because of the internet issues. Please stand up for national anthem.
Everybody.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उज्जल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thanks, one and all. DTG sir, wish to share anything? Otherwise, we will play that video, 5 minutes video, which we could not play during that video. So that will give the complete information about the success.
ICR, National Research Center on Meat, Hyderabad Institution under the Indian Council of Agricultural Research, New Delhi, which is working with the mission to develop modern organized meat sector through meat production, processing, hygienic meat processing and value addition of meat through large number of small and medium scale processing units across the country is essential to ensure safe and wholesome meat to consumers and also employment generation. The new primary poultry processing unit has the capacity to process 150 to 200 birds per hour. The facility was established under ICR National Agricultural Innovation Fund Agribusiness Incubator Scheme. This unit is having facilities for online stunning of the poultry birds, scalding, defeathering, screw, and blast chilling. This unit, established as an incubation facility, will be utilized to create awareness on clean chicken meat production and processing, impart skill development program to meat workers, self-help groups, entrepreneurs, unemployed youths, and also to make the value-added meat products available to the consumers. With the rapid progress in meat production and processing activities, substantial quantities of slaughterhouse byproducts are generated in India. About 1/3 the body weight of the poultry birds fall under inedible byproducts. Recycling of livestock and poultry byproducts as a valuable source of animal protein, minerals, and vitamins for feeding pet animals is highly desirable from economic and pollution control viewpoints. To develop technologies in this direction and to popularize efficient animal byproducts utilization technology among the stakeholders, ICR National Research Center on Meat, Hyderabad, has established pet food processing plant cum rendering unit. Rendering unit of capacity 100 kg. Batch consists of pre-breaker to break the chicken bones, digester which enables cooking, drying, grinding byproducts, digest the inedible byproducts, pulverizer to power the meal, and scrubbing system to produce meat cum bone meal and fat, which can be used for production of feed, pet food, fertilizer, etc. Pet food unit consists of series of instruments, that is hammer, mill, and pulverizer to crush and powder the ingredients, mixer to mix the formulation, extruder to extrude the formulation into different shapes, air conveyor to transfer the extruded product, dryer to dry extruded product, oil sprayer to spray the oil to product, and flavorizing unit to enhance the flavor of the product. The unit will help in production of highly nutritious pet foods of different shapes of utilization, the meat-cum-bone meal. These facilities will help in undertaking research in the area of hygienic meat production and profitable utilization of animal byproducts. Also, it will help to promote entrepreneurship and enhance the income of the farmers and processors, which will contribute to the Atmanirbhar Bharat initiatives. As facility helps in effective disposal of the slaughterhouse waste, its activities will contribute to Swachh Bharat initiatives of Government of India.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता।
Dr. Vaidyanathan, now I'm going to leave. Everything is fine. Thank you. Dr. Vaidyanathan. Dr. Vaidyanathan.
Vaidyanathan.
Closing the meeting.
Close for all.